Hello everyone, my name is Noah. You can call me the Plant Man. That's a squeaky board under my grow tent. So yeah, today I got a cool video for you. I'm announcing the winners of the 100 subscriber giveaway. I'm already at 142 subscribers. So yeah, I'm slacking a little bit, but I still do have subscriber giveaways at 250, 500, 750, and 1,000 subs. And I'm sure that as my channel progresses, I'm going to be continually giving out plants at different milestones. So without further ado, I'd like to announce the two winners. I have a winner for my overall subscribers, and I have a winner for the people on social media like Facebook sharing my my channel more or less. So the winner who actually won the Pink Princess Philodendron, which is this plant right here, is Maisie Blitz. Maisie Blitz. So I'll figure out where they live, get a hold of them, and get the plant to them any way that I can. The other person who won a plant is Jake Wall. Jake Wall is winning a Lophophora williamsi caspitosa, which is it's a form of peyote cactus that has a high tendency to pup. Like you have this one, which this is the typical growth habit. They'll be in one plant with a low tendency to pup. When you have different subspecies, for instance, like the caspitosa, it's not so different that it has to be, something like its own subgroup. It's still lumped in with williamsi, but because it's distinct enough, it has it would be considered a subspecies, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, that pretty much covers the giveaway. At 250 subscribers, we're going to be giving away a Tiger Panache fig. That's a fig that has variegated figs on it. I believe it's a Breba fig, and it's Ficus carica. So it should be able to produce, if you're in like a zone 7, around the similar range to where I live, you should be able to get figs from it, so long as you take care of it properly. The next one at 500 is going to be a Barbados cherry, and it's just like it sounds. It's a cherry tree from Barbados. It's not in the actual genus Prunus, but it is a quote-unquote Barbados cherry. That's the actual common name for it. I can't remember the Latin name for it right off the top of my head. It's a little bit complicated. It doesn't even sound how it's pronounced. It doesn't even sound like how you'd read it, so that's also something that's a bit tricky. And then at 750 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a Thai constellation. This Thai has got its first fenestrated leaf, which is the one with the hole in it. Fenestrations, they're basically like a controlled cell death of a particular area on the leaf. And as certain leaves grow, you'll notice that they may develop holes that weren't there when they first unfurled. So that's something that's pretty cool, and I believe that's common throughout the genus of Monstera. Here's an example of a Thai constellation. It has the constellation type variegation, which is stable. It should never lose its variegation. These patches that are a little bit thicker bands, which would, if it's like, you got a nice half band on one and it's kind of consistent throughout, it would typically bring the price up a little more. Whereas one that's a little bit more subtle with the larger stripes of variegation, those would typically be just a little bit less. But it's all about your preference. Personally, I really love this Starry Night look. kind of looks like shooting stars, or like you're going into hyperdrive, into warp speed into space. So yeah, if and when I get to 750 subscribers, that's gonna be a Thai constellation. I'm gonna get that relatively soon, just so that I have it and that I'm growing it, people can see it. The very last one is gonna be a Monstera Deliciosa elbow. Unless people want it to be something else, or you guys have suggestions for other plants that you're interested in, I would be more than happy to give away other plants as well. But yeah, for now, that's going to be my big milestone 1,000 subscriber giveaway. If you guys, like myself, I'm starting to get more interested in cactus in particular. I find that the group, the family of cactus, it's really interesting. There's a lot to learn about it, and I think it's a really good introduction to plants. Another good way to start learning about plants would be either growing tomatoes, or if it's legal in your area, it's just the same as tomatoes in my opinion. You can grow cannabis. If you're good at growing either one of those, you should be really good at growing pretty much anything. Within reason. Like if you give cactus too much love, you water them too much, they're gonna die. So you have to learn the specific requirements of each plant. But I think that's a pretty good basis to go off of to start showing you guys around the grow tent, and kind of giving you a bit of an update of what's been going on since the last update. I know it's only been a few days, but there has been quite a bit that I've done. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so like I said, I don't make any bones about it. This is what you see is what you get. I do clean up. I do make sure, like probably once a month minimum to every 2 weeks, I'll get a good clean on in here, and once a year I'll do a nice thorough bleach. Take all the plants out and bleach the walls and the floor, and that ensures that you're minimizing the chance of things like pathogens and other baddies. So I'm sure you guys have seen this many times. Big ZZ plant. It's quite a beautiful Zanzibar gem. I have a couple Aglaonomas. I was thinking about getting a tricolor pictum just because of like the hype and all that, and the collectability of the plant, but these have turned me off. But maybe I need a bigger pot. I think that's probably it. I should probably just consider giving them a little bit of a larger pot and watering them. Just seeing how they do. But it always makes me sad looking at plants that are sad. They don't look overly horrible. And this is a Thanksgiving cactus. This is one that I got from my mom from a couple leaflets. Segments, and I just stuck them in just like this. You stick them right in, they'll root, and then eventually they'll start pushing out more segments. So that's purple because of some kind of stress. I'm not sure if it needs more light, less light, more water, if it's too hot, if it's just the time of the year or what. I should probably look into that, but there's so many variabilities when it comes to cactus that you do have to kind of know a thing or two about a thing or two. So whenever it comes to questions like that, I'll usually snap a picture and post it on a cactus discussion group on Facebook, and within an hour I'll have a few good answers. So and then there's tons of people there who are far more experienced at horticulture and gardening than myself, so it's always nice to be able to have somebody to lean on. And I think that as gardeners, we should all have that network established, and we should try and lean on each other and should try and help each other any way we can. So this is my cactus corner. We've got Old Man of the Andes, an old man. I think a blue torch, not entirely sure. This is a grafted variegated San Pedro. It was about this long, or a little bit longer. Maybe, ooh, poke me. Maybe about that long. And I planted it a couple times. I think I've said this in previous videos. I planted it a couple times, the bottom rot and kept rotting. So I cut it, sulfured it, waited till I could get something to graft it onto. And yeah, now it's doing good. It was all shriveled up and now it's puffed right up like it's absorbing water. So I know that the graft has took and it's starting to get happy. I'm really excited. This is obviously Williamsy. You can tell because of the flowers. It'll be light on the outside with the pink band on the inside for each petal. Just like this. So I'm quite certain that's the Williamsy southern, southern form. I think this is Williamsy northern form. I could be wrong. This may be, just looking at it, it may be a Fricki, just looking at how pointed the petals are. So what I like to do, snap a picture, post it to the Cactus group, and they'll definitely give me a positive identification. This guy right here is starting to push out a little flower bud, so I'll know what this is. So this is a Williamsy for sure. This is potentially a Williamsy, maybe Fricki, diffusa, could be really anything. I know this is a Fricki for sure because I got it positively identified when the flower comes out. I'm pretty sure this is Williamsy, these are Williamsy, and this is also Williamsy. This is an Aztecium rhedorii, Honestly, I'm still learning the pronunciation of the Latin names, so yeah, I wouldn't go quoting me exactly. I'm just trying to try. This is Areocarpus retusus. This is an Areocarpus S. I forget the actual pronunciation. I'm gonna get these all written down and make a more in-depth video talking about each species and telling you a little bit more about them and what makes them so unique. Something interesting is the majority of these cactus, aside from these guys, are from Mexico. So really neat. If anybody's from Mexico, shout out to Mexico. Got a lot of love for tacos and your culture. I know that sounds so stupid, but definitely always love tacos. I'd love to visit Mexico just to go see some cactus and habitat. This is a Myrtillo cactus. Myrtillo cactus Myrosigma. Myrtillo cactus. No. Sorry. Astrophytum Myrosigma or Myrosigma. Just like these guys are all Myrosigma. These ones are grafted and degrafted. That's why they have a higher tendency to pup. These are from seed on their own roots. These ones are variegated and this one's not. Here's a couple Areocarpus grafts that I'm trying. And then my Lophophora or Lophophora seeds. This guy. Oh. I just poked it so hard. Yeah. Big mama. Not sure what this is, so I have to wait for it to flower. Luchinbergia principis. And then here's a big one that I got for 12 bucks. This one was 25 and these two were 16. So when I seen this one for $12, I was like, what? Because it's big enough. It looks like it's almost getting close to the age where it might start to flower, which they push out nice big blooms, kind of like a sunflower with the big yellow petals. I think, like all cactus, they'll come in a variation of colors just through the genetic expression. Some cactus, they're usually almost always a certain color, but if I'm not mistaken, certain things like stress and other factors will potentially change the color of a bloom, but not always. Depending on the amount of, if I'm not mistaken, depending on the amount of chromosomes in a particular plant or even a particular species, the amount of chromosomes, the higher amount of chromosomes will prevent a plant from mutating. So if a plant has a lower amount of chromosomes, it'll have a higher tendency to mutate. And I believe that's also within all animals. But these aren't necessarily like things like cancers, or they can be, but they're also like you know, these mutations that are set at specific intervals. So like, let's say at 100 years it'll get, you know, it has like a 99% chance of getting this specific mutation, if I'm not mistaken. So we got this guy, degraft, a bunch of rooting hormone in there. It doesn't look like anything is happening so far. I had to bring these guys away from the fan because their wax is peeling a bit, and that's not good at all. And then these are all Lephopera seedlings. I got 1,000 total, plus my like 30 something right here. So hopefully they do good. They're in little, each one's in a little greenhouse. It has drainage on the bottom, a ton of soil so the roots can get big. These slide on, so there's nice, you can see the condensation forming. And then on the top you see that little bit of where it's kind of dissipating, so it means that there is enough airflow in there. There's oxygen in there should be oxygen in the root zone. They should be nice, happy, and healthy in these. So every once in a while, when the little top, you know, couple millimeters of soil that they're living in starts to dry out, you're gonna have to spray the dome, and just keep it nice at around 100% humidity in there until they're at a decent size. And I can start acclimating them to an environment that's not so humid, more like desert conditions like these guys are in. Although I believe the humidity typically is around 60%. So a couple cactus down here. These are orchid cactus, red flower orchid cactus. I'm growing these for my family. And then there's a fern, staghorn fern. A couple of ficus benjamins. The Thai constellation. Super stoked about the leaf. It's really nice in my opinion, and it's starting to really complement this corner. How I've got the variegated, I think it's a syngonium or peace lily, and then I have the platinum peace lily right here. I just picked that up not long ago. Pretty stoked about that. I think it's just, it looks nice. You know, I like the foliage. I think it'd be really cool if I eventually one day get a white monster, kind of have them side by side. But you know, that's probably well in the future when the white monster is not about, you know, $5,000. Even though that's not the case, they're probably around, I could probably get one for about 500, but still a little bit rich for my blood. Get a lot of plants for that amount of money. Here's Ficus triangularis, variegata, pushing out a couple new leaves. I absolutely love this plant. You know, produces little edible figlets. Here is the bougainvillea in bloom. Look, that's a super beautiful flowers. So this is the actual flower. This is technically, it's like, you know, it's made up of several flowers. Each one of these is made up of 3 flowers, which is kind of cool. So in my, I'm not like, I don't really know a lot about it, but I'm assuming, yeah, each one comes out of the base of these, which I'm not sure. I don't believe that would be a petal. I think that'd probably be like a modified leaf, but I could be wrong, and maybe a petal. But I believe that these are the actual flowers of the bougainvillea. And in my opinion, they'd be pollinated by something like, just looking at it, maybe like butterflies. It's like a white in color, you know, a little bit long. So it really, the flower stands out against, like this would probably attract the butterfly, and then they'd say, oh, hey, the little flowers, and then they go in and, or yes, put their little, I don't know what you call that, sucker thing, proboscis, into here and suck out the nectar from the base. I could definitely be wrong. Here's a Scindopsis, I believe. I always forget the name of it, and I believe on my last video I said Scindopsis in a very questioning tone, and I got a comment saying that no, that's the correct pronunciation. So yeah, I love this. I got it when I was probably about this big. Just, this is the first big leaf out on it, and then I've given it a cut so that it's starting to push out more tips. There's one tip there, one tip there, and if you follow it all the way up to the top, there's another tip right there, which is, oh, sorry for my poor camera work. Yeah, another one right there. So that's really nice. I think that's going to be really beautiful. I'll be able to give it a cut right there, and then maybe pull this out, root the part that I cut, sorry, and put them in a single pot, and eventually get this as a really full plant, kind of like how you have the pothos, but with the Scindopsis. And I'm a huge fan of anything with silvery, blue, powdery foliage. It's so nice. The blue hue colors are, you know, it's really, I don't know why, very attractive to me. I believe that's pretty much, we got a Hindu ropoil, the dead leaf. That's pretty much everything in here. These are some dianthus, they're a specific kind of like small dianthus from like Northern Europe and Asia, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just trying to germinate them. And then, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this. So I didn't have time to go outside because it's raining like crazy, but I ended up getting packaged today of 2 more cactus. Here's a really rare cactus, endangered in habitat. This specific genus of cactus, Capiapoa, is, in my opinion, it's one of the nicest genus of cactus. It's poached because of the unique look it has in habitat, and this one is called lizard skin. I'm not very good at pronouncing the Latin name, so I don't want to take a stab at it right now, but basically this guy looks the same in habitat as it does in cultivation. So these guys are great to grow because you get the what you're looking for. Never buy poached plants, and it's especially a good idea to know where your plants are coming from, and you know, get them from a reputable source, especially cultivated plants. This is Browningia Hertlingiana, or Blue Sirius is what I bought it as. It's supposed to have, from the groupings of spines on each grouping, it's supposed to have a individual, like almost like a lobe, but it's not really defined yet. I'm hoping that as it grows it'll define more, but they're very slow growing. They have that nice blue hue that I'm a really big fan of, and so yeah, just super stoked that I have these guys added to my collection. This one is absolutely amazing, the Capiapoa lizard skin. Super happy about that. It's got the little tuft of fuzz, nice growing habit, similar to almost like a Lophophora or Lophophora, depending on how you like to say it. This is I found out Lophophora williamsi, or Williamsii, whatever you want to call it. It's a willy, and it's the northern form, so it's self-fertile. And this is a Lophophora kosheri or something like that. I'm not really good at these names, like I said, but it's the one with a K. It's also self-fertile, so I'm really excited that I have 3 different kinds that I know for sure. This one's about to put out a flower, like I said. So yeah, once this one puts out a flower, I'm hoping that it's something different. But if it's the same as one of these 3, I'm very, very happy to have more cactus of the same kind. And because they like siblings, they all will, when they get older, have a little bit of a different characteristics and phenotypes and genetic expressions, and I think that's part of the allure to growing. I'll show you guys these close up quick again. They're growing like mad. Everybody have a good day and take care. I wish you all the best. Peace.